sense. And let's see if we get any more pistol round antics out of Hunter. Watching that one back, unbelievable that he was still looking at coffins and still pulls that defuse first bullet. 2 bullets left in his USP, so he is on, and I don't see any signs that he's going to slow.
Yeah, I think having Hunter and Nico on form in the first 2 maps bodes extremely well here going into Mirage. 1xbet odds at the top of the screen tend to agree. G2, the heavy favorite, still in this one. But the defenses where Sinners historically win 60+% of their rounds on Mirage, and that is a great start right there. Jack silenced by the silenced USP immediately. And looking for even more info. Beestick more than happy to take a fight and scamper on back. Number advantage, going to make it a bit easier to withstand this hit that's coming on through. Keep your eyes on that P250 in the hands of Nico. We have smokes for Nexa and Amanek with some flashes on the side. And we are heading back for an A execute. So now you've got a multitude of different ways you can approach this. You can do a CT smoke, you can get a stairs smoke in, maybe get one over towards jungle. Lots of different ways. And, well, there's the easiest of the bunch. One you should all know from doing your missions once upon a time. It's just going to be the stairs and the cross smoke. So action will be on Shock here.
In they come. Leading the pack and leading by example. That P250 and Kevlar vest, a wise investment from G2 to put it onto Nico in its current form.
Hunter's just grabbed a smoke here off that dead body, so a third smoke now, and that's going to hold CT at bay.
Smoke, that's actually so suffocating.
Yeah, well, the kit is also right there under Hunter's feet, so they're going to have to push through if they want to retake this round, and Nico goes around the world.
Yeah, it's a good plant for it as well. He'll be able to hold it from short. The rest of their job is just a delay. Buy time, and here comes the CT push. Nico already contributing long range. Beestick, however, makes it competitive. It's only on to Nico. The plant's for him. He needs this now. Gets it. Forces Beestick off the bomb, and he will hit the shot. The one necessary. 4 in the pistol from Beestick. It's his turn to shine brightest on Mirage.
Great stuff there, and some bangers of shots from both teams. I thought Nico had done more than enough. The fact that he pulled them off the defuse, I don't think Nico quite believed it. You know, thinking he was going to sit it in that moment. Fantastic shooting here. This was how it started.
Like, Beestick opens this round, but it's more impressive is that he catches Nico on, because he knows, like, it's all about a mind game at that point.
Yeah.
As the teammate of him, who was it, Oscar, dies, he knows Nico wants to glance to see if he's on the bomb. That glance is his only window into winning that round, and he hits the first bullet out of his pistol. Banging stuff. Let's go, round 2. Play on, and Oscar's already got an AWP.
Yeah, well, helps when he gets 4 kills and the defuse. So, flush for cash, and you can see he still has the armor that he had on pistol round. So he didn't buy into head armor here. That's how much of a heavy investment he's done here to give Oscar the big green. That's a good one right there for all of you at home to be able to help your connector player, right? And even if you got nobody in connector, it's going to keep the T's away. So it's good to have set smokes to be able to smoke connector from short, from window room. Put those in a bit of the functional utility bag.
Yeah, I was watching multiple players with the lineup from short bricks now. Everyone's got that, like, just ironed out, big part of their game, the same way they have that window smoke. So yeah,
I think that's the one you're just talking about
exactly what I was talking about.
So a lot of teams like to keep this smoked. It just slows down the advance of the T's here. Well, G2, they don't really want a whole lot to do with middle. Hunter hanging around under window. We know what he gets up to. But it's really back over towards A. Nico's going to be swinging out of Palace with that AK-47. And wait, Shock is pushing. He's getting close.
Shadow. A good shot. He'll make 2 of this. Oh my god, MP9 versus 2 AKs, if I'm not mistaken. These 2 rifles, and this one's falling apart. Oscar does have to contribute with the AWP. Neofrag can't believe his luck as Hunter's there, and 1 single man and a mission with 20 seconds.
He might want to just hold on to this,
I mean, why wouldn't you?
Next round, they will have to take the save anyway, so lopping off 1 head. Neofrag's dead.
That might be the end of Nico, though. There's still about 15 seconds, plus 5 or so. Shox is on the T-spawn flank, so if he chooses to leave, he is just going to hang out in the Palace. And I don't think anyone's going to be too willing to push him. Things will wrap up there.
They have a lot to lose as well if they were to hunt here, right? So just knowing Nico's going to have the AK, and I know I'm just saying just, it's obviously quite scary, but let's take the name value out of it for a second. Let's say, okay, well, we let them carry through 1 AK compared to we lose more guns and maybe they go for a force fight and still keep the AK. But this is where the round was just 1, like Shock, just with this fantastic little presence of mind to play closer towards the ramp, gets 2. They know Oscar's AWP is in play now, however, so let's see how they deal with that. They're going to smoke off window.
B call makes a lot of sense. Beestick and Zedco going to be tested here if they do go for it. Underpass could be a problem. Neofrag was in the window area. He's been smoked off for now. It does seem like the latter. Underpass is the option they've opted for. And Nico going to be the third element of that push. Zendary fades, room for them to maneuver now.
Lots of unknowns here for Sinners. Not opting for the window boost just yet. They are clearing and picking one out, and Nico had a chance right there, but swinging in, Neofrag gets the better of him this time round, and that's huge.
That was an AK.
Yeah, the armor, the AK, look, on the ground, Hunter can pick it up, but he doesn't have head armor to work with, right? So it's not going to have the same potency. Oh, they're trying again.
Yeah. And Shock dismantles it completely. Wow, Sinners spotless so far. Spotless, they'll take that. AK upgrades as well, 2 to be specific.
Great stuff.
It could not have been a better start so far for the Czech squad.
Now, Nico's going to have to operate with a Deagle. That's just how the events have kind of unfolded here. Amanek investing into his AWP, and this is where you start giving Sinners the advantage. Not in the game, but in the AWP head-to-head, right? Oscar should have the number. Lovely timing here, a Shock. That's 2 rounds in a row. Is that great timing? Great timing. You're going to give the prowess on the AWP to Oscar over Amanek every day of the week here. So if they get in head-to-head battles, keep your eyes open. Could be round defining. Zedco out towards short here. B-Stick just going to continue to do the jump spot over towards B. Neofrag holding a nade ready in window to lob on forward. Molly will deny the top mid presence for now. So they're stalling out G2 in corralling and getting this mid control.
Seems to be the focus, like the primary objective, isn't it? It's underpass, top mid, take and deny mid control. Nico to return to a very understaffed A site. They don't have him for on the ramp push. You can see his hesitance about Palace as well. So a lot of uncertainty for Nico as he progresses to return some control of the A side of the map. Just holding the extremities so his teammates can start working their magic. Here we go. Window smoke, flash for the connector, and Hunter can leave his hidey hole of underpass to drop his own set. So that's your pretty standard 2-man util dump in mid. It does deny any info for the CTs. You can see they're starting to scramble, potential up short. They don't have the answers.
Oh, they've gambled B. They've gambled
rotating B. So all that utility has at least forced the hand of 3. Neofrag will be scarpering over to A just in the nick of time. Oscar's even considering it as well. Amanek smoke. As soon as he sees that, Neofrag will scream for backup and aid, because we're at that 25-second mark. This is going to be a sign of a full commit. Oscar's on his way. Zedco a little late to the party. Neofrag responsible for that connector. A lot for Shock to do, and he does so well. Catches the first head. Attention drawn. Neofrag plucks another from the shoulders.
Now.
And they don't have time. Amanek hits the shot. The bomb's still down. Tetris, you need to be planting now. 5 on the clock. If anyone denies this, he's off it. He faked it. The round is done. And Sinners continue their streak. An extra AK upgrade for Zedco and B-Stick respectively. But Sinners 4, G2 0.
Great start here out the gates from Sinners. This is looking very, very tidy, right? As the clock starts to whittle down, and the fact that Neofrag had the gauntlet of crossing connector, right? He has to cross through a visible to connector, is able to tuck himself in deeper in towards the site. That, comboed up with Shock being good for 1, was enough. And there's a real tone shift now. Map 1, you lose that. Okay, first game back from the break, boys. All good. Let's shake it off. Let's shake it off. We'll get Inferno. It's our map pick. Sinners are really good on Vertigo. Don't worry about it. It's all good. You move into Inferno. You do what you have to do. You get a couple of lovely little gifts presented to you that they snatch with both hands. And now you're on Mirage. You do not want to be starting your Pro League season as G2, the team who were just in the grand final against Na'Vi at our first land back, with a loss, especially to the team who, for most people coming into this group, would be expecting them to be bottom of the barrel. Now, I might have complexity down the bottom of that barrel here, but it says to the level of Team Sinners are, right? We know that this is their first foray within the tier 1s.
Yeah, I mean, and especially there is another conversation to be had, and I think maybe now would be a good time to have it, considering G2 are going to go for, I feel like a slow dig here, so we won't hold our breath. But just the conversation of like being the favorite team, as in playing against a quote-unquote dramatically lesser ranked team than you is often described as very difficult for the good teams. Could you explain as to why people suggest that?
Like, if the other team's going in such
like you're underestimating them? Is that it? Is it like you can't try as hard as you would against the best?
I think it's because the pressure is seen as less. You're expected to win.
Yes.
They're expected just to show up, and whatever they do, if they put up a fight, if they're able to press you at all, that for them is already a W in that column. So the fact that one team gets to play with perceived less pressure, I don't think that Sinners would be seeing less pressure playing in front of this kind of environment. Okay, wait a second.
Yeah, it's getting a bit fruity because Jax has called B completely clear, and now if they just rotate this, it's down to Zedco and Neofrag. Like if they opt for Kitchen, it gets weird. Amanek being spotted in Palace is only going to affirm their suspicions.
You really hate this. You'd really hate for Sinners to lose this one. Look at them scrambling back now. They've lost so much territory. Zedco is going into the dark.
Yeah. Jax has opted for bench, which could hopefully mean Oscar's got a glimpse, pulls the trigger there across. They could even plant. Zedco arrives. Good finds. Bomb loose. Round saved.
Thank God.
Yeah.
That would have been a horrible one for them to lose here. We can write this one off now as just an over-rotation that they've mopped on up, but if they had lost that one there, it would have been a real shame. Final kill. Cleaned on up 5-0 now. And yeah, I think that's the way it's framed, is the perceived pressure is on the favorite, right? All the fans at home of G2, all the Counter-Strike pundits out there, yeah, G2 should be winning this one easy. The thing is, look at all the maps that Sinners have played this year. They brought the stat line up for you guys, right? You guys saw the stat. Out of all the teams, this is recorded on HLTV.org, Sinners have played the third most amount of maps. Right, out of all the teams, so they've played a lot. They've had a lot of reps.
I think in the graphic that they compared them to, it was them comparing to G2, and it was over double. Yeah, they had more than double officials played than their opponent today. So yeah, in terms of reps, in terms of grinding and development, yeah, for sure. Sinners are lifting every day, and they're on the creatine as well.
And you see it, the results of that here. Neofrag through the smoke. Jax is dead. Oscar on to Nexa. It's all falling apart. Round number 6 just started.
I don't think Nico got the memo, though. Maybe Hunter didn't either, because he's already been parked in towards Connector. Oh, and Hunter's dead. Neofrag was so ready for that. He played that lovely anti-flash flick, returns for the heady. Nico needs way more than one, and he's not even going to get that. Amaneki just fired off a shot, so essentially closed for business. They know exactly where you are. He's just going to try and evaporate. But this is where, like, I'm not going to start, like, completely ringing the alarm bell, but I've got the bellboy out of bed. You know, like, I'm like, hey, Timmy, get in the tower. We might need you in a minute.
Guests are coming.
We
don't know when.
Yeah, there's a militia on its way.
Oh, that type of a bellboy.
We need to call every able-bodied man to the town hall immediately.
Okay, I'm with you now. I'm with you now.
I didn't know where, like, what
kind of bellboy's in, like, a hotel.
Oh, no, I had, like, a full, like, it's kind of medieval village.
Oh, he rings the bell.
He's running to jump on the big rope, and he goes, gung, gung.
Okay.
The militia's here, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, alarm bell. That's what I'm, when I say alarm bell, I'm not thinking like a dinner lady going, dung, 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 dung.
Well, I was expecting the guy who gets your bags in the hotel.
Yeah, but that's not very...
That's a bell hop.
That's a bell hop. There's no alarms in those bells. No, but I'm imagining Timmy the bellboy who's just been kicked out of his little lighthouse bedroom.
Okay, I'm with you. Yeah. I'm with you.
Okay, we're cool.
So he has the lantern running through the street.
It's maybe raining, cobbled streets.
I'm with you now.
Get to the bell tower!
I was in the wrong time period.
Gondor calls for aid!
Ah, exactly. I should have known. Okay, well, the saved AWP, it doesn't mean a huge amount, right? And this is no disrespect to Amanek. He's just not necessarily the prying open force. You have your hunters.
No, it sounds like you hate him, dude, actually. Like, what the hell?
He's just more of a supportive element, Orpa. That's all.
Can't believe you're bad-mouthing him like that.
They have some AKs out around him. Let's see if they can make this work, because it could be 7-0 before you know it.
Nah, Nex has got some pep in his step, and he's running straight into Oscar's domain. Neofrag in support as well. Ahead of the smoke. Oscar wants to fight and contest this. The nades were good. He hears steps. And Nexa booked by Neofrag again. What's happening here? G2 dissolved before our very eyes. Nico gone. Hunter the same. Chad.
And Amanek probably wanting to save again here. So there's 1 of 4 required to win this round.
Chad.
Yes.
When do we tell Timmy to start ringing the bell?
If Sinners can convert this half purchase coming in from G2 without any worries, we don't sit there and go, oh, Jack's gotten into B. Oh, they're rotating into the site. Oh, like if we can avoid that for this round, right, then we can really get Timmy. But I think Sinners are probably going to be looking at 10 or 11 on the half here if they want to convert this comfortably.
Yeah.
You let Hunter and Nico get onto the CT side, right? Get them a couple of establishing rounds.
Your money gets broken. You're running out of apps. Just trying to get a plant. It gets depressing. Yeah. Sure.
Well, we got a little bit of an FPS bug situation in the server right now.
So what is the command?
He's right. The command is the log address. Yeah, but the thing that happens is the bug. Yeah. It's learning. It's learning. It's adapting.
We're on like the FPS variant.
Well, now you're going to change your res. Some people have to restart the game.
The res change always worked for me.
Yeah.
That was always the like guaranteed fix.
It's just annoying to have to wait for your res to change.
So is not being able to type the letter I into your console.
Yeah, I don't know that one. If anybody knows, right? Alex asked me yesterday, I think it was, and he said, you know, I can't type I. Now, I've had it in the past with H, but if I do capital H, it works. If Alex does capital I, it works. What causes that, and is there a solution? Let us know on the Twitter sphere. That's @MachineGG or @SPUNJ. Let us know. Can you fix it?
What is the secret?
What causes it?
I mean, I understand, like, a game this old that's had this many iterations and different grubby mitts on the code, it gets a bit spaghetti. A little spaghetti.
Yep.
I get it. But why random letters stop being capable of being typed into the console?
It's curious, right?
You randomly end up with 20 FPS in a title that's this old and this played by millions of people concurrently.
But it comes back. Look, we're not coders.
We're not.
We're not going to pretend.
We're not even close to being coders.
No.
I saw an article that implied that a Valve employee is expected to write 4,000 lines of code a day. Now, that sounds like an awful lot to me.
I don't think Brian's writing any code.
No. Well, Matt Wood, ex-Valve.
He was writing code.
Yeah, he said, I didn't write anything close to 4,000. That was the drama. That was the scoop.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
Matt Wood, how dare you?
I know. And if you're interested in finding out more about Matt Wood, he is making a game called Little Kitty Big City.
I think that's it.
That was a real gamble. I know it's about a kitty in a city.
Yeah, I don't know if the name is on.
I was close. The Itty Bitty Kitty Committee.
The Itty Bitty Kitty Committee.
That's, I think, the working title.
Okay.
He won't like that. But he is making a game and you can do parkour as a cat. It's under development right now, but that's what he's doing. That's
okay. So if you guys want to transition, from being a budding semi-professional or professional Counter-Strike player, the Itty Bitty Kitty Committee is waiting for you.
They need you now.
Meow.
Meow, meow. Brown cow.
What do you think about Meowth?
The Pokemon?
It just bothered me. Why was he the only Pokemon that could talk?
He did feel Oh. No, I hadn't even considered that. He was capable of full speech. Like he was an antagonist.
Full-on conversations.
Certainly. Pikachu could only say its name.
Yeah, Pika.
Pika Pika.
Yeah. Bulbasaur.
Oh, they didn't have conversations, did they?
No.
What about the mimey one, the one that looked like a humanoid?
Well, he just mimed. He didn't talk at all.
Alex, that was the stupidest question you could have asked.
I don't think
Did the mime character talk? You twat.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure that, like, I remember, like, little Togepi, that little half-hatched egg.
Was that Gen 1? Togepi?
Yeah. Dude, I'm 32.
All right, yeah, okay, I don't know why I asked. Togepi, it sounds like a bloody UK drinks theme. All right, guys, we're having a Togepi at mine. Bring your sheets, bring your booze. We're into round 8. Let's go.
Mum wakes up Monday morning, ready to change the sheets. There's nothing left.
Yeah, where are all my sheets? They're in the garden, covered in mud and vomit. Oh, that's the fidget spinner gone. Round 8. G2 missing as well. Now, they have just gone conservative.
It's a fake on the B here.
I don't know how quickly Sinners will bite. Neofrag stays firm as does Shock.
Oh, missed flash there.
Oh, the nades really hurt. Hunter's gone.
Yeah, they fumbled that one.
Jax. It's all about this next frag. It took the wrong way.
Oh!
Big frag. No one's home on A, and now G2 can make this one hurt. If you get another spicy one out of Jaxi, we're on for at least a competitive round here. G2 hungry for their first. Sinners have let these slip on every map so far. Can they avoid it on Mirage? You can't let this go. You've got everything. You've got everything. They're letting it go, aren't they?
No, there's a chance. They can win this.
Shock. Need a quick one. Jax's Deagle's still a threat now. The good strafe out from B-Stick. He needs to be defusing now.
It's a default plan.
Aminet can defuse it. Or rather, stop the defuse. A great first shot. 1 versus 3. Zedco's there. Is their time? Might just have got it.
It's going to be very close. Very, very close. Ah, they just get that.
I
Man!
thought that was all over. Jesus, that must be 0.0 something.
That was nuts.
I thought Amanek had done enough. He had that choice. He was like, do I even engage on the guy crossing sight? Do I wait for the diffuse sound? Jax was the one that made it even remotely competitive.
Had to do a second glance there, didn't he? Just finding the bomb seemed to be a problem here. It was almost like this on Inferno. Remember how they had that hard time retaking the site on Inferno against the lower buy as well? So Sinners really down to the finest of margins here. Well, they weathered it. They weathered it.
Oh, I love it. And Oscar's already tagged up Hunter.
Legged him.
Finished the job with an M4, why not? Bruh. Hunter's in trouble, G2R2.
They are flustered right now. Hunter re-peeking that. They want to do some damage. They're actually going to boost Oscar up.
Oh. This boost is actually pretty viable for Jax's position if you get it right. Oh, I like it. Sinners are throwing everything at the wall and everything sticks. Great spot. Purely reactionary out of Nexa.
What's Oscar going to do now, though? Look, he's pinned on down here. He can't really just get away.
Nexa doesn't know that, though. Oh, he does now. Scoping in front of the smoke.
He's running away. He's just running away.
Gets away with it. Never mind, gets away. Gets a shot as well. Neofrag punished for his peak. Nexa a bit miffed.
This reaggress here could be huge. If Beastic just parks the bus right here and they pick up the bomb and they come back to be late, he's good for 2. Definitely 1. He needs at least 1 frag here. The rotation is so far away.
Oh, and there's the double you asked for. Bomb was a little late behind him. Amanek knows Beastic's on this corner. This should be Amanek's chance to at least level it to 1v2. Does react, damage from Beastic. 20 seconds, Amanek. What's your plan, bro?
I think he's... Is he faking that he's
underpass,
saving? Yeah, he should go for this. They need some rounds.
He's running into shock. Flash. Oh my god, he commits to the longest of range sprays. That could have been Oscar. Fakes it out. Shock's not interested in any funny business. It's 9. It is 9 for Sinners Esports here in their opening game of their their ESL Pro League journey.
Crazy.
14 seasons of Pro League. This is the first season we've seen Sinners in attendance. They've been on the grind for some time. And to be making not only the statement of your intent, but to do it against G2. I think Vertigo looked like a map that they could probably pick against anyone in the top teams.
Yeah, I think OG in this group, they won't be able to pick it against OG, but I think against most of the others, they should be able to pick that. So if Sinners are able to keep converting on Vertigo, right, that's going to be a focus now for teams who are going to be facing them for the rest of this event. That's a great start. That's a great place to be able to go, this is our home, and we're going to take you on that time and time again. And then from there, right, if teams want to pick Inferno against them like we just saw G2 do, right, that game, really, if they converted a couple of those gimme rounds, could have been much closer. Now they're sitting at 9-0, right? This is still a long half of Counter-Strike here. G2, if they get back into this with a 10-5 and 9-6, all right, no dramas whatsoever. And I think maybe even 11-4 on the half, G2 can get activated again on that CT side, but...
Yeah, they do have to hold on to this, and I don't think they're taking it for granted. Shock, just a little too slow on the movement, gets caught out by a quick Hunter. Just as you mention it, perhaps Zedco is going to struggle as well. Lots of players here. Does get the bomb spotted. Jax on the hunt for more. Pre-fire's not quite there. Rotates in. Beastic and Neofrag are going to have to do an awful lot. It seems like G2 want to commit through. Hunter's going to change things. Oscar's not ready for this at all. Oh, he's got a freebie. Wants even more. Trigger discipline. He's hoping he gets 2 for this. It's going to be a question of time. He might even go for 1, then the other. Oscar's not going to be able to communicate that. And Neofrag's the next Hunter. Make sure G2 have this one in the bag.
Yeah, they can just rotate over towards A right now. That was, look, extremely patient stuff from Hunter. I don't know how he goes for a maneuver like that. Gets the final kill of the round, and here we go. Now we're talking. They're back in it in a big way. That's the first round for G2 now. How many more can they muster?
I think we just need Hunter to be a little worm in the back lines every round.
He loves that, doesn't he?
Yeah, I mean, the flanks he has been able to pull off. He used to love the little window strafe as well, getting himself set up into window and causing those exact flanks we just witnessed this time through connector. He's definitely a fan of it, but G2 break their silence. It only took us 10 rounds.
And they can break Sinners pretty quickly here as well, right? You've already got Oscar 4K, 2.9 for B-Stick.
They like this, and they're going to get info this time. No one's peeking it. Nexa, not really ready for this at all. Zedko, better clear his left. Ooh. 3 frag and an AK-47 for good measure. Never mind the information that there's no one else B apps. Near frag, another frag. And the 3 remaining members of G2 start to take the B site. Amanek and Jax kind of pushed up well above and beyond where Nico and Amanek currently stand. It's just Jax trying to make space for his squad here. And he could. He's got to clear that apartment. The molly's going to force him wide. He's burning down to 20 HP, but he may still have a chance. Nico looking for this apps player.
This is the fight right here. Nico has to win this. Oh, no.
Oh, Zedko.
Oh, no, oh, no.
There's no hope. Amanek with the bomb, but the apps is still a problem, which means he's just got so many things to be concerned about. Jax would have to clear kitchen with some magic. There's no nade to support him. It'll have to just be his bullets. It's held by Neo and B-Stick. Oh, okay. Confirms the position. Jax does connect at least onto that first. A flash for the push. Amanek needs to be ready for this. Good push from B-Stick. That's smart. Catches him as the pin was pulled. No way or hope for Amanek. 20 seconds. Sinners make it 10.
Double digits. I can't believe it. This is crazy.
Look at the smile on their face.
Yeah, and they should do. It's been some great plays out of these individuals, right? Some moments where they've stepped up with some great shots, and they're just dictating to G2 at this point, who couldn't get the bomb down. They're going to find themselves in a position where they can make the buy work. It's not going to be fantastic. It's a Galil for Hunter. Amanek's into a Tech 9 here. Util not great at all. 1 Molotov. They've left residual money so they can buy next round. It looks like it's just going to be an A hit here. They're knocking on every door they can find. Oh, and they're in. Shock's down. Shock is already down.
There's so many bodies in front of Neofrag, though. Does only get 2 from Dark. The rest really detached. 1 CT. Zedko arrives connected. The bomb's not down. Util light. Flash for B-Stick to at least try and swing off. He gets information as to the location. 1 still default. Hunter sandwich for the crossfire.
Nade shy of its mark there.
Yeah, they're going to struggle to break through, and you talked about their finances, Chad. They'll smoke off ramp. B-Stick would love to smoke the bomb, but the T-Smoke has arrived there as well. Maybe that will isolate Hunter, though. He could go down in this 1v1. Cross says perfect, and it is. Oh dear! 1-on-1 established. B-Stick has a smoke, no kit. He opts to smoke the Palace. Nico will have to deny that.
No,
thinks he's got the crosshair placed right. Yeah, you're right. No time. 5-second defuse. Not possible, and neither is that for the boy B-Stick. Nico gets away with the second for G2.
Yeah, that's a weird one right there. A save would have been great, and this is maybe where you see the difference in the decision-making from Sinners as you would a different squad. Sure, they had themselves a base of 10-1, right? And 11-1 would have felt a lot nicer than 10-2, but if they had saved those 2 guns, their buy going into this next round of play could have been really healthy. Now it's actually quite the opposite. They're still able to get the AWP for Oscar. Zedko has to buy a scout. There's a Famis for Neofrag. B-Stick onto the M4 and, well, Shock onto the MP9. And they're going to keep the pain train going. Zedko's about to get blown out of this one. Scout, what is that?
How does he find Amanek in the...
Oh, the tag!
Yeah, nearly another onto Jax. He's softened him up nicely. Maybe B-Stick's got more in the tank. Yep, does finish off Jax. And still a problem for the Sinners as they are dispatched of. And Oscar doesn't even get to leave the A site. Nico's waiting for him. And as you may have alluded to, Chad, Sinners broken into a potential for a 10-5. Guaranteed a 4th almost.
Yeah, it really does look like the 10-5 now. Next round, 2,400. That'll be for the final round of play here. You can't buy a lot, right? What are you going to buy? If you invest past a P250, which you shouldn't even be looking in at, because next round that's short on something, short on a flash, short on a smoke. It's not going to be a great purchase here. Now, just to take a look at the scores on the doors, we have B-Stick who's been having a great game, 14 for him, 12 for Zedko, and 12 for Neofrag. On the other side of things, Nico and Amanek both have 9 apiece, Hunter and Jax with 7 apiece, and next down the bottom with 4. So it's only in the last 5 or 6 rounds that the individuals from G2 have started to get some impact going. but they'll be feeling confident, right? If you're gonna have a 10-5 half, I tell you, I'd much prefer to have the 10-5 at the tail end as opposed to getting the first 5 and then losing 10.
Yeah. I'm with you in terms of just maintaining the momentum into the second half as well. Like you're suddenly like, oh boys, we made a half out of that,
yeah.
as opposed to oh we started really strongly and sucked.
Exactly.
Yeah,
right.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
But you gotta be careful because the robots out there, like Mr. Tommy Lurpers, he'll be like, you play both sides. Yeah, you do play both sides.
Yeah.
But we are human beings, Tommy.
Maybe not Tommy necessarily. He's more of a lizard.
Is he? Is he one of the lizard people?
He is definitely one of the lizard people.
Tommy's one of the lizard people.
I've seen him blink by licking his eyeball.
Oh,
that's how he does
dear.
it. He just flicks his tongue up and re-wettens his...
Is that all Finns or just Tommy?
No, not going to get kind of attacking the Finnish people so much.
Well, because Natu could be as well. I don't know.
No, Natu's got too much of a human element to him.
Okay.
You know,
all right.
He's got like a sauna and children.
Yeah, that's right. Well, maybe that's just a really good cover.
Tommy doesn't have a sauna or children.
That we know of.
That we know of.
Maybe he's just a very private man.
Yeah, I would be if I was a lizard too.
All right. 10-4. 10-5 looking very likely here. No AWP for
Now,
Oscar.
he's positioned those books because he wants us to read them. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Like, he's chosen those. He thinks those make him look the most cultured. Those show his personality the most. He's decided, I'd like those to be the ones that I'm judged for. So we'll take a closer look at them next time and understand how Malik wants to be perceived by the public eye, because that's a choice he's actively made.
Okay.
Okay, looking forward to it.
It's almost like book club, but without reading the books.
That's pretty much how I did book club anyway.
Just watch the movie.
No, I just did my commentary bullshit prior to commentary, where you just talk about the book. Oh, I mean, with Hansel, Gretel, their relationship, it had its ups, it had its downs, the breadcrumbs,
the oven.
The oven. Yeah, I remember the oven. Of course I do. Jax, off to the races, flying through, clearing an awful lot. You just want to commit to this, and if they trade evenly, there's no complaints. Yeah, Nexus the one that falls flat at the hurdle. It was a 10 HP left on his finish onto Oscar, and that's the end of that. They'll take 11, not bad. Sinners, 5 rounds away from a W in that column, starting off their Pro League journey with quite the bang and kicking G2 up into a bit of a stir. Will they stir, though? Will Hunter and Nico recover and pursue that W of their own? We'll find out. 11-4.
Hey Future Pros, we are back on Mirage with another flash. This time we'll be saving you from under balcony. The flash is a pretty basic one and there are many variants. Put yourself in the left corner, aim at this exact pixel, and throw. You can also throw a deeper flash from the same spot. To do so, aim level with these bricks and then jump throw the flash. Both are pretty useful, but I'll leave it to you to decide which to use.
Howdy there, folks. Chad Birchall here with Alex Machine Richardson as well. We're getting into our third map, Mirage. I'm going to give you a tour.
Hello, Governor.
Oh dear, no.
Tea and scones with the Queen.
Oh, jolly good. That does sound tickety-boo. And so does an 11-round lead. That's not how leads work. 11-round haul. That sounds pretty damn good. Sinners only need 5 more to not only upset G2 and rock that boat, but really remind themselves that this is a competitive group and they could be a part of that top 3.
Oh dear, look at the 1xBet odds at the top of your screen.
Yo, that's the first time. I've watched it get smaller. It was like 3 to 2 to 1. They start to believe in Sinners and finding 5 here on the T side.
Yeah, and I can't blame them. With some of the Counter-Strike we have seen today, it's been reserved, it's been poised, they've had some great moments, and they've just kicked off the pistol with an opening onto Jack. So let's say at 3.5, Nico's been tickled down by a molly to 44. Things are looking very good for the Czech side right here, right now.
Yeah, if you're wondering where they're from, just check.
And let us know.
And let us know. Thank you. Hunter, 2 backs turned, but only temporarily. B-Stick with a cheeky one.
This is looking great.
It is. It looks like it's almost impossible to lose, he says, as commentary curses aren't real. It's all determined, predetermined. Nothing I can say has any impact on this. You're right, there is a real chance here. Oscar's missed all his bullets as well. And there's a smoke and a kit heading towards the site. The kit is loose. I'm okay. 12 for the Sinners.
Yeah, you can't curse these boys. You can't curse them, all right? Let these guys have it.
I did curse my solo queue matchmaking game last night. We were 9-0 up. I said, guys, we might do a clean sweep here, and then we
lost
immediately.
Was it 16-9?
To like P250.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's all right. That's all right. So I'm just quickly getting reports in from the ground.
Yeah.
From some of the men who are in the action, right? They're in the thick of it.
What are you doing down there?
Smooya reports in regarding the letter bug.
Yes.
He says to fix the letter bug, open Steam and type the letter in caps or normal. Now by Steam, I'm going to assume he means the overlay. Open the overlay and it fixes in console every time.
Okay.
So thank you, Smooya.
Thank you, Smooya. Oh, Hunter's nearly got more than 1 out of that. He has to reload. Jax, however, Deagle, good for a headshot. And they actually have a man advantage here. Sinners can't afford to lose a round like this. And Oscar, with his Galil, does pop off some heads. There's another to be found. Can't quite stabilize.
That's what you need.
Oscar delivers a 3-piece that does secure 13. Nico looking to question my decision-making. And now tagged by the scout. Gotta watch the flames. Burns extinguishes down now with 14 HP. He's got no hope in the world. Shock can just play safe. Oscar does put his head into Nico's crosshair, but finishes it. Runs across the line with 4 kills. That is the most impact we've seen out of Oscar at a crucial juncture.
And that's what you need from him, right? To step up in that moment, because if they lost to that force buy, then we could be in a bit of a tailspin with G2. They surge with confidence. Their individuals come online. We didn't think there was going to be a way in the world the likes of Nico and Hunter wouldn't show up with absolute bombs that they've dropped on Vertigo and now Inferno. And then you were coming into Mirage, a map where that crispy aim can do some fantastic work, and they've been silenced.
G2 are running out of time, though.
They're screwed right now. This is... Well, okay, hold up. We can't say this is 14 just because of the nature of how these rounds have gone against the Sinners here, but they have to be having some confidence now that they can actually do this. They only need 3 rounds.
It's not over till it's over, though, and I think for Sinners especially, like, you have to have a mindset, like, the score right now is 13-13.
Yeah.
Like, just whatever you do, buckle your shoes.
Round at a time.
Round at a time. This would do such wonders for their confidence, though, as well. Like, don't forget the quality of teams they've been posting results against. Like, they recently have gone on quite a win streak, but no one in the same category as G2. Perhaps Ents, which was an impressive victory when you look at it now.
Yeah.
In reflection.
Post-mortem, right? The big game is one that stands out.
Yeah, big clan, Ents, and now G2, perhaps. Don't clear your corners, you'll get in trouble. He's all cool. Cool in the hood.
It didn't look like he was going to get any, and then he gets 3. But now it's just Nico.
Yeah, he's done that a couple of times, a shock.
Yeah, he's actually impressed, I think. He's been having a pretty handy Mirage. 10 scavenged.
AK-47 scavenged.
Yeah, will they let him hold on to it here? Looks like they dive into window and... Oh, great sneaker with another head. He'll take that. He gets to live. I can't believe it. Nico gets to live. He's been able to hold on to the AK-47. That is a great weapon for him to carry through to the next round of play. So light issues for Sinners in that one. They did give away a lot of lives there. But yeah, you can see that he overextended, and then he overextended again, and then he's in the open. So he should have been a sitting duck right here. The fact he didn't go down, 2 HP remaining, fluffing his lines next to him from the site.
Well, well, well. This better be quite a convincing first full gunny out of G2, otherwise the Sinners can stick a fork in this one.
Didn't think we'd be here. I think Complexity, it's hard to make a case for them. Like, I think Sinners could probably beat Complexity.
Is it just the config announcement where you just lost all hope?
Config is the best player on that team,
yeah.
right? Like, people could say, oh yeah, blame F and JKS, they placed higher than him in the best players in the world last year with HLTV, but Config is without a doubt the best player in that team.
Yeah.
You also have Esatag coming in. We've never seen the team, never mind Config, we've never seen the team with Esatag before. Then you bring in Netis Affix, right? So
poor Esatag. I mean, poor Esatag, like, he's been given a couple of dud hands as of late, hasn't he? I mean, like, he got that momentary bliss in Astralis where it's like, wow, this kid's nuts, and he's playing for the best team from his region. And then Cloud9, then this, then an injured Config on your return to the Tier 1. Just feels like he's had a couple of road bumps, but who hasn't? I mean, I've been sure I could accrue or create a list of names that have been knocked down 3 times but got up 4.
Shout out to Rocky Balboa.
Seconds. I don't think I've ever seen Rocky. Is that weird?
Adrian.
Is that like the Wilson moment from Castaway?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a B split. 20 seconds. Here we go.
Yeah, they got a good shot at this one. Then go into the side, that's the bomb loose, and they're just getting minced. Oh, Hunter with the double as well. That boosted box, a perfect position. And it's just the Jackson Hunter show. Sinners stamped their tickets. They were let into the B site. Like, they didn't have any resistance up short, no resistance in apps, just let on into the melting pot that was those M4s.
It's crazy to see a team defend the B bomb site like this, just so passive, and do it with so much ease, right? Very, very good stuff. I think the Jax Hunter combo, another position that you can see them playing together well. I think we had a round where it was Hunter and Jax locking down A. That round where Hunter popped his head up from Graveyard on Inferno and bopped everybody, and Jax was holding the long side from Pit. I think that they have a pretty good synergy. It's been spoken about before that Hunter likes Jax in the team.
Yeah, he brings it up more often than not in interviews. Like, he wanted to make it really clear that he can play his best game when he has Jax in the team, which is an interesting something for the player to address and for the player to identify.
You think it's like a Taco Cold Zero type thing?
I don't know if it's in exactly the same vein. Like, my genuine read of the situation would be that I think Jax is a more of a people person than anyone else on this team.
Okay, I'm with you.
Like, way more. Like, I think if you put Amanek and Hunter in a room on their own with Nexa, they're probably not doing much.
Not a lot of convos.
Scrolling their phones, talking about, like, it's sunny today, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, Jax brings something that enables all of the rest of the human beings to coexist more peacefully.
He always seems like he's quite a happy individual.
Yeah.
Right?
How do you say his name? Aldrich? Just for future reference, that's me thinking out loud.
Okay.
I like to try and say their names.
Try and pin the French.
Aldrich? Okay, some French man can tweet me and tell me how to say Aldrich's name.
Yeah,
Aldrich Jug.
Use the hyphens when doing that. It always helps, you know, for the enunciation.
Je ne comprends pas, mais je suis anglais, je parle un peu de français, ma famille fait du ski.
Ouais. There you go. So as part of this comeback goes, a clean gun round against an eco is great, right? That is very, very good signs for G2 now. They can start working on this bank. And look, they don't need the bank necessarily for the long game, right? But they just need to make sure that they keep it so they can keep having full buys every round, right? Because they're on this knife's edge. They can't really lose. They need to keep winning, and you need to make sure that you have all the goodies to keep that going. So don't let Sinners whittle you down to a point where you're operating with like a scout and some MP9s in a gun round.
Yeah.
Here we go again. Now, this is where Sinners are really going to be tested. Calling to close out on the T side of Mirage. This is not going to be easy. What is the call? What's the creativity?
Oh, good restraint from Neofrank. You know, how many times have we seen Tier 1 teams swing through their flight path prior to the flash? And then you lose, and slowly that gap closes. But they're sticking to their routines, sticking to their rituals.
One of the things here as well, and you said they were given free passage to the B bomb site on their last gun round. They're given free passage to do a default again, right? At this point, G2 are not pushing them in middle. They're not taking the fight. They're allowing Sinners. Oh, Shock is going forward. This is a massive risk to take. Molly thrust him into that. They've lost the man early here. Problems for Sinners now.
Absolutely, and Nico just looks destined for greatness. Oscar catches it. And we're pulled straight back into an even field here. They'll park Neofrag towards Delpan. The rest heading back in towards the stacked CT site. 3 on A. Util check. I see smoke, flash, double flash, Molly. Nexus already pushed well ahead of the pack and he gets the info. He'll know there's more coming. Zedko's not brave enough to trifle with the flames, and I don't blame him either, but it does mean that Neovrag's flank is going to have to be very profitable. Is he just going straight through? He is as it fades. The contact will find him. Amanek already onto Zedko. Neofrag does nothing with his position, and so call it quits. Call it 7. G2 will take another. And as you said, yeah, calling the last few rounds to close it out. Oscar, only the one.
Yeah, you can understand why they want to take that away from Oscar, because if anybody is just going to win you a round with their weapon of choice, it would be Oscar here on this T side. Now, this is the problem, is Sinners, as I mentioned, are getting mid for free on these defaults. Like, Nico put up a little bit of resistance there, but this isn't like G2 staying in connector. They're not fighting for under window control. They're not doing any of that. They're more than happy to give the map territory to Sinners.
Yeah.
Now, that is where things are going to become hard for an in-game leader to call. It's like, well, we're defaulting and we're getting the territory. They're not fighting us, right? So now you need to work out what the next step's going to be. If you just, at this point, go, all right, well, let's just do a B exec, or let's just do an A exec. They're going to be ready for that too, because you know that they're not overextending middle, right? So you can't do a default, have 3 eyes, 1 from short, 1 from window, 1 from connector, all drawn towards you.
So what's your suggestion?
It's going to have to be something a bit pacey,
yeah.
and they're going to have to hope that they're able to find a bit of a gap in G2. What they could do as well, if they are getting the same amount of room, if it continues, if G2 don't change anything up, they can go for their mid default, but accelerate the pace a little bit, right? Make sure the smoke's in, make sure you step with the flash, but accelerate the pace a little bit and apply a bit more pressure, because G2 are just sitting back and they seem more than happy to do so. So here we go. Will be another round with just pistols here. Sinners also need to start trying to get that bomb down, right? 3 rounds in a row that they have lost. There's been no plants. And if they don't get plants, even with the max loss bonus in play, which isn't there yet, right, they're not going to be able to full buy, but that's a great shot. Now, don't throw that away, right? You've given yourself a number advantage with just pistols. Sure, you got some Glocks in the mix, but you may as well work every round with a number advantage to your favor. What was that?
The man is a machine. He is comprised entirely of metal.
Okay, well, you can't avoid that. I'm sorry. Doing your best not to give away a frag, and Nico just peers out mid and does that. 1 bullet.
Yeah, but he just like picks one of the 3. His brain adjusts to one, single bullet out of the rifle, treating his AK like a sniper.
Okay, well,
was that a headshot as well? It was, wasn't it? Just for fun.
Well, there wasn't much of a chance for Sinners in this round. That shot kill gave us something to sink our teeth into. He'd have to hit another and onto the AWP this time.
Versus Amanek's AWP. That's dreaming big. It really is. Amanek would have to whiff the shot and then forget to move his keyboard. 35 seconds, as it does look like they're going to go for the A pincer. Ooh, baiting the shot's a little chance.
He did shock him.
He actually did kill him. He killed Amanek. Why is Shock's Deagle so damn spicy? Jesus, he's not firing bullets. He's firing straight Scotch bonnets out of the barrel. Somebody stop him. It will be finally finished off by Hunter, but damn, Shock, okay. Reminds himself, perhaps, what he's capable of, and now just needs to do it on the gunny. G2 are closing this gap. Is it too late for a comeback? And also, people are wondering who the in-game leader of Sinners is.
As far as I know, it's B-Stick. Okay. Now, I think Striker, if he's listening, which I'm sure he is, could probably quickly correct me.
Okay.
But I could be wrong. I've been wrong plenty of times before. I'd love to get the correct info. I'll make sure you guys have that too. So here we go, here we go. Let's see, is there going to be a bit of a pace change here? It looks like more of the same. So just out towards top mid, the default looking similar. They get the control, and this is what they're after. The smoke towards the window. But they're not spamming, they're not forcing anything awkward. G2 are just sitting back. This is odd. This is not the Mirage we're used to seeing.
Zedko hitting us with a little bit of a Hunter maneuver. See how wise Nico is to their tricks. He's going to walk in. His toes tagged down to 26. Didn't quite shape that flash up as he intended. So they're regrouping here for the A commit. Sinners, the elusive 15th, could just be a couple of clicks away. Util check for the CTs. That is the last of their smokes in a gap.
I think.
As Chad has outlined, as possible. Under the toes, yeah, for sure, on Tetris box side.
Yeah, that's enough here to at least spur the T's forward.
Oscar completely blinded, eliminated. Nexus ready for the double. And the rest should just be a problem for Sinners. How are you supposed to get that bomb down? You've got 2 people posted up on CT. Zedco. Oh, a real opportunity by getting himself at least set up for it. That smoke should enable a plant if they can't contest. A missed shot from Amanek. Neofrag's got it down. Sinners, 2 frags now away from 15. G2 counting on Amanek and Jax. Flash towards the CT. Jax is so disconnected from the pack. I think Zedco's frag onto Hunter might have been the difference maker here, because he's still here on jungle's side. There's nothing for Jax to do but to run away to save. Sinners have taken 15 here.
I can't believe it. I cannot believe that whatsoever. How does he get away with it? And Zedco just patrolling that window. Absolutely huge impact and shot coming alive. Think about the Deagle kill Shocker in that round not too long ago. That's kind of kept G2's money relatively honest here, so you can understand why Jax wanted to go for that save. But this was great stuff. Just cutting off that rotation and cutting them off with the legs here. Shock with some more fantastic shooting. Looking sharp as ever. Oh, dearie me, here we go. Didn't need the pace change. Just needed a little bit of space and the kills came to them. One more round for Sinners to upset G2.
This could be it, man. Nico having none of it. Typical of G2 to send Nico on the rampage when things are feeling tough, feeling you're back against the wall. Amanek onto Neofrag, so yeah, they just create a bit more distance between Sinners and that 16th as they lose 2 players in the opening proceedings. They got full util. They can dump this on towards the B site and have a go.
Well, yeah, this is the thing, right? There's still a lot of rounds of Counter-Strike that could be played, but they're the ones who get to decide, hey, do we want to give it a crack or not? And it feels like they're up for the challenge. Now, if they trade onto this site, right, they're going to need to trade in a number advantage. Only one of them can go down throughout all of this. Oh, and this setup's going to be hard to break.
Yeah, it's actually perfect. Jax is in the tight corner. No one's checking. Zedco does trade, but he's not ready for Hunter. And it's a good setup from G2. You've got to give him credit where it's due. Can't transfer, he can! Oscar, he's made something out of this. At the very least, he could be able to get that bomb down. I don't think Nex is in a position to necessarily contend with it, and Oscar's gone for one better. He chooses to evacuate, head up in the apps, fake the presence on the site with the smoke, hoping to lull Nexa into a over-aggressive line. Now the bomb faked out, hoping Amanek takes a little look. It's an uncontested plant. He's been thinking about this Molotov for a while, deploying it all towards kitchen side. He knows Nex is a possibility, and there's the shutdown. G2 will make it 9. Solid attempt from Oscar. We haven't seen the Oscar pop-off yet over the course of these 3 maps. I think it's safe to say that our impressions have come from Neofrag and Shock, specifically. Yeah. Well, that's not to say Oscar hasn't been a fragging presence, just not to the standard level we grew to expect over his tenure a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I think the thing is, right, one of the things when you take a look at his stats since he's been in Sinners, it's going to be more focused on the level of opponent, right? So he does have good stats at the moment in Sinners, but he's been playing against the tier 2, tier 3 opponents. Now he's up against the big boys. He's doing his job, right? In the early stages of this one, he had those 4 kills with the Galil over towards that B bomb site to bail them out of almost a forced buy loss. He's had a couple of multi-kill rounds with the AWP. He's definitely doing a lot for the team still. And here we go. It's a partial investment here. These are the type of rounds that can get very, very sticky. Setting up for the B set piece. What's the go signal?
Might just be Zedco's contact. Jax is in such a good position. He's so blind, though.
Oh, he's stuck?
Oh, he got stuck. He couldn't actually fall out. They know Hunter's a problem. He's always a problem, and again he strikes. Beastick does hunt him down, does well to evade the Nexa trade. And even Shock Steagle's done it again! How is he not dead? How is Nexa dead? And now the bomb's going down, Chad. This could be it. They're pushing in 2 from Kitchen side. Weapons have been recovered. Oscar, he's going to have to do a lot of the heavy lifting with Beastick and Shock with 6 points of health between the 2 of them. But the angle's perfect for Nico's walk-up. Does get spotted out. Damage inflicted. Doesn't finish the job. Nico 3 HP. 1 bullet is found. And only Amanek. He's gone 2. There it is. Sinners. They'll take it. They take the win. G2 thrust into the losers column, and the underdogs on their debut at Pro League take it in a full 3-map affair. That's impressive. And some new names to remember: Shock, Zedco, Neofrag, Beastick, and Oscar.